Hey guys, it's Claire.
And Don.
And this is another garden tour. We do them every Sunday. Thank you so much for being here. It's the beginning of September 2021. It's hard to believe.
I know.
And we have really had an interesting experience this year with our garden, and we wanted to talk to you guys about it. Partly because we're interested in knowing if any of you can relate. If so, leave us a comment. Or if you're feeling this way too, you can at least know that you're not alone. Last year's garden was like a source of comfort for us.
Yeah.
And
enjoyment.
A lot of enjoyment, peacefulness. This year we expanded our garden. We almost doubled it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With the 2 beds in the back. And I think we really underestimated the amount of work, the expansion of the garden.
Yeah. I know I did. It was, I thought it would just be, build the beds and it's a bit more work, but not a ton. But it's basically just double the work and double the mistakes and double the accidents and all that stuff.
So there's that. We expanded the garden. And we've also sort of went with like a, hey, let's just try it and see kind of attitude, which is very much the way I like to work. Like, I don't know, does this work? Let's see. Even though all the gardening stuff will tell you not to do that.
Yeah.
It's almost like I have to learn something firsthand in order to like let it sink into my brain. And so one of the things that I think we did this year that was really maybe not ideal is just this willingness to plant so many tomatoes and to let so many of them go wild. And I wanted to be fair. I achieved my goal. I wanted to see, I took these like tomato clippings when I was pruning the tomatoes at the very beginning of the season. And I was like, oh, I heard that if you just stick these in the ground, they'll grow a plant. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, on the surface, that's a reasonable, thing. But then I stuck like 14 in the ground. And then we did get 14 plants, and if you've been tracking with us, you already know our trellising has been the problem. I mean, I just feel like some of the experiments that we've done, while they were fun, and I'm glad we did them, it's really contributed to a feeling of chaos.
It has. It's really, every time I walk in the garden, I feel overwhelmed. So.
That's right. And then the other thing is, it's been really wet.
Yeah. It's been a very strange rain summer. We've
just had a few weeks where we can't even get out here to really work. At least, we both have full-time jobs, so it's not like we're just out here. It's got to be dry either in the morning or at night. Yeah. So I am curious, for those of you that have been in our shoes before, give us a pep talk, if you will, in the comments. For those of you that might be feeling the same way, it might just be time to start looking ahead to the fall garden.
Yeah.
I think we have way more tomato plants than we need. And even though they are still producing, and there's something about pulling them up that makes me feel bad, because they would probably produce until the frost.
It's hard to pull up a plant. Like, a producing plant is, to me, like almost like a pet, and it's hard to like end its life.
But we have more than we need. And it's almost like I think we should go in here and just clean it out.
Yeah.
And, let's start thinking about fall garden. Let's start thinking about cabbage and cauliflower and brassicas. And,
we've got to get that stuff in the ground.
Lettuces. I'll say this. If you were watching our videos this whole time, this spring I would have told you, I'm not eating lettuce the way I should be. Well, now I miss having that lettuce in the ground.
Yeah.
I really am like, gosh, I can't wait for it to cool off a little bit so we can get lettuce back in the ground.
Right.
Yeah. I miss the way the kale and the Swiss chard, those plants are just really pretty. Yeah. And I enjoyed looking at them,
So the time has come to just like, we need to like refurbish, right?
Like,
clean out and restart.
I think we should keep the tomatoes, the Cherokee Purple and the Paul Robeson. Like, I think the ones in the hugelkultur bed stay.
Yeah, those are all doing really
But like
well.
this?
Yeah.
These 4 beds, I've got jalapeno seedlings that I could put in, and it may be at this point too late for them to do anything, but they'd get a lot more sun up here than they're getting in the front yard in the green stalk.
True.
We've got some stuff that we could transfer. Let's leave the carrots and the parsnips in.
Yeah.
Because they get sweeter with the first frost. But let's just clear everything else out and start sowing seeds for the fall.
I think that's right.
So we'll show you some B-roll of what the garden looks like right now. Wild.
Wild, wild.
And then I don't know in this video that we'll be able to show you us pulling everything out. We may or may not, just depending on timing.
Yeah. We'll see.
But let's work on that this week.
Yeah.
We'll pull it out. And for next week's garden video, plan to come back and check in, and we'll show you what it looks like. Let's just do that. Next week, we'll show you what it looks like, and we'll tell you what we planted, and we'll go through the seeds. Done. Okay, well, thanks, you guys. We really appreciate your support, and now we will let you see some B-roll. So we hope you enjoyed watching our wild, out of control, in no way
Lovely
organized garden. And if you did, and you're not subscribed yet, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really helps YouTube sort of match our content to the right people, which is helpful. Give the video a like, of course, and of course we'd love to have a comment. How are you feeling about your garden?
Yeah, like what's happening for you guys?
Yeah.
Like, are you overwhelmed, or is it just us?
Yeah.
You know?
Or what strategies, when you felt the way we felt. Like what I've learned this year basically is, as fun as it was to do my experiments, there's a reason why people say, do this, do this, do this.
Yeah. True.
And now I know.
Now we know. We've learned the lesson the hard way. So. Next
year we will single stake every tomato plant.
Absolutely.
Right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Bye.